Hello, this is HelloGreenEyes, and welcome back to Hustle Cat. We left off, we just got a fucking job, so woot woot for that. Um, let's see what happens next, I guess. Oh yeah, she was leaving work and decided to go down an alley, like that's always a fucking smart idea. Got this distinct feeling I was being followed. I didn't really know that was a thing that actually happens, but it's hard not to notice when you see some movement out of the corner of your eye. See? Back alleys are a terrible idea. I turn around. A sleek black cat stands in the middle of the road, and we make eye contact. It thumps its tail against the pavement. It's got different colored eyes. I guess heterochromia really is pretty common in cats, huh? Well, yeah, I guess, like, that's, like, the obvious giveaway about the fact that they're fucking cats, but, like, I guess if you aren't used to a reality where things can turn into other things, you're like, oh, that's a really strange coincidence. Should I, like, try to break it to the cafe? They take its trace there, after all. I should try. Crouch down as slowly as I can and reach my hand towards the cat, beckoning to it. It doesn't move. I make those little smoochy noises that seem to work on some cats. This one doesn't seem terribly impressed. It pins its ears back and looks away, still for a moment before standing up and slinking into an alley. I guess I should leave this to the professionals. It's time to celebrate. I'm going to wreck this pizza I grabbed from Pizza Lloyd's. Wait, so that's supposed to be a play on Polaroids? I picked up a can of wet food from Mochi from the corner store, too. I figure we both deserve a celebration. Oh, that's nice. Look at how much of a wreck you left the apartment. Mochi, get your fat lump out here. I have good news. No answer or indication he's even in the same room. You know, he never even asks how my day was. I know how to do this. Well, first of all, he's a fucking cat. He's not going to ask you how his day was. If he could talk, he still wouldn't give a shit. I walk over to his food bowl and crack the lid of wet food. In a flash, he's at my feet, tail shaking like a rotor behind him. Come here, you big moron. I give him a little scratch behind the ears before I dump half the can into his bowl, and the feeding frenzy begins. He acts like I never feed him. Whatever, I'm about to do the same on this pizza. After a quick jaunt to free myself from the shackles of non-pajama clothing, I flopped back down on the couch, dinner in hand, laptop in my face. This girl lives my life. Oh, it looks like there's a new jelly donut video. It's a video of her sleeping in a donut box. I love that dumb internet cat. She's always doing something ridiculous. I wonder how her owner gets her to do those tricks. That flooring seems familiar. Where are these filmed? Spend the rest of the evening picking through the video archives. I can feel myself sinking into the bread dough couch cushions. Meow. It's so early. What's his problem? Meow. I bet he just wants the other half of the wet food. That's why I don't get it for him that often. I excavate myself from the couch and do what I can to mitigate that bedhead situation I have going on. What time is it anyway? I grab my phone to check. 7:40? Oh, hell. I'm going to be late for my first day of work. I take the world's fastest shower, but there's no time to dry my hair. I'll have to hope I run fast enough that the wind resistance will do the job for me. No time to sort through my duffel. I'm just going to have to throw out whatever looks cleanest. It's not like Graves said anything about a dress code, so whatever. Mochi trails me closely, howling more and more insistently along the way. It's like he doesn't care about my punctuality at all. No time to mix the wet food the way he likes it. I dump a scoop of kibble in the bowl on my way out the door. I haven't seen a cat so offended since the one that watched me mess up coffee. They can both deal with it. I can't believe I'm almost late to my first day of work. At my first job, even. What a great first impression to leave. Thanks for hiring me, Avery the Flake. I started to pull full sprint to the cafe, but it's about a 10-minute walk, so it looks like I might not be as bad as I thought. If I run, I can make it in less time. Here it is, a cat's paw. I got a good look at it when I was here yesterday, but it feels totally different when it's your workplace, you know? It's kind of nice to think about. Hey, Avery. Landry peeks his head out from the doorframe and waves me in. I'm surprised by how many people are standing around. Graves, Landry, and Hayes are there, but there are a few others I've never seen. I only see a few cats right now, but they seem utterly disinterested in everything we're doing. They're all piled in a sleep cluster. It's too early for me to talk. A sleep cluster by the window. I feel a little embarrassed that I'm so disheveled, but I'd rather be on time with wet hair than Layton looking perfect. It's a good way to go about it. Good. You decided to challenge the morning sun after all. Now that the star is here, we can start the show. Still as weird as yesterday, I see. Caught another sucker, boss. That's esteemed co-worker to you, Reese. You just keep collecting these strays. Before we get too far, everybody should introduce themselves to Avery. Avery, we've already met. You know Graves. Did you meet Hayes yesterday? Briefly. Hello, Hayes. Hello. Looks like he's going to try to slip between the cracks of the tile. How does a guy like this handle a job that deals with people? Hayes is a great barista. He's a great help in the kitchen, but he likes to spend a lot of time with the cats, too. Hayes flashes me a quick look. The side of his mouth upturns ever so slightly, like he's trying to smile, but he's out of practice. I reach out to shake his hand. He's practically bracing for impact. Before I reach him, a bright light flashes into the corner of my vision. What? Was that a camera? Oh, sorry, sweetie. I thought I turned the flash off. I whip my head to the other side of the lineup. The girl at the end is aiming her phone directly at me. Sorry, don't mind me. I just want to commemorate our new employee. I'm Finley, and I take care of social media. I like cat dudes, so I'll try again later when you've forgotten about it. Finley is also... Graves! I know what you're going to say. Don't ruin the surprise! Graves let out a soft bark of a laugh. All right. You tell Avery whenever you're ready. Thank you. The two in the middle of the lineup look beyond unimpressed. One is a smart-mouthed guy, Reese. The other looks like someone I wouldn't want to mess with. Finley puts her hand on the shoulder of the tough-looking woman standing next to her. Since she's not going to introduce herself, this is Mason. She's our head chef. Our only chef, I guess. Well, nice to meet you both. Yeah. Finley reaches up and places her hand against the back of Mason's head. She pushes her hand forward, forcing Mason to nod. I'm amazed Mason is putting up with all this. Wow, that's the most you've spoken all day. She likes you already, Avery. Mason makes a quick little noise that could be either a laugh or a grunt. Maybe it was both? How kind of you to save the best for last. I'm Reese, and I'm the one who'll be answering to after Graves, so best stay on my good side. I could have sworn Landry was in the second in command here, so I don't know what this kid's talking about. I didn't even see him during the interview at all yesterday. I'm on cat detail today, but don't think that means I won't be keeping an eye on you. Cat detail must mean taking care of the cats. Obviously. I'm learning quickly. I don't know why the second in command would be so eager about telling me he's going to clean litter boxes today. Maybe it's a weird status thing here. Ew. I'll be on my best behavior then, I guess. Good. Okay, that should be everybody then. Avery, you'll be training with me today. I hope that's okay. It's fine with me. Looks like I'm no longer needed. I have other work to do. You know where to find me. Graves slinks back to the back area of the cafe. I can hear footsteps on the creaky stairs. Mason and Hayes disappear after him. Avery, did you have breakfast? We're going to have something to eat before work if you'd like to join us. It's tradition. It sounds great. I fed my cat, but I forgot to feed myself. Reese has already seated himself at the log booth seating along the wall. He scoots 2 tables together. Landry pulls over another chair. Great, just sit and relax. Mason's just finishing up breakfast. I move to the seat, but Finley blocks my path. Avery, before you sit down, I have a question for you. Sure, what's up? Okay, is that... Her voice drops almost conspiratorially. She leads into whisper. That's an IKEA shirt, isn't it? He's my favorite too. A what? IKEA? From Blast Zone? I love how she's getting progressively smaller, like she's like shrinking away. From what? Look, you don't have to play dumb. I get it. No, really, I have no idea what that is. Is that like a show? Is this a shirt from something? Oh, no. Never mind, don't worry about it. Now I'm curious, though. But now you have my interest. What is Blast Zone? I don't know if that would be your type of game, after all. Oh, it's a game. I like games. Try me. Well, it's a story about men's passions clashing in a life or death struggle. Sounds dangerous. Oh, it is! Look at the starry-eyed look on her face and shit. But it's also romantic. Romantic, like love blooming on the battlefield, that type of thing? Yeah, I think you do get it. Maybe I'll lend it to you sometime. If you prove yourself worthy. I'm not really sure what that involves, but sure. Okay. She gives me a grin and a wink and then takes a seat at the table next to Reese. I noticed that somebody's at the table while I was talking to Finley. Mason and Hayes should be out in a minute, Avery. Come sit down. Sure. Where should I sit, though? What if there's some unspoken rules about this sort of thing in placing? You never know with new groups. Landry answers the conundrum for me by beckoning to the seat between him and Finley. Quietly, I take a seat. Mason emerges from the back with a large tray balanced atop each hand. One tray is a giant stack of French toast, the other is some kind of egg thing. I'm not sure, but it looks amazing. Whoa. I had no idea how hungry I was until just now. She sets the tray down in front of us and returns to the kitchen. I hope she gets back soon, because I'm about to be on that egg thing like Mochi on wet food. Mason returns a few moments later, cradling 6 empty coffee cups in her arms. Hayes follows in tow, carefully balancing a carafe full of coffee. They set the cups and carafe on the table and take their seats. Hayes' butt barely hits the chair before the others start to dig in. I'm a little afraid I'll lose my hand in the fray if I try to jump in now, but I'm so hungry. Landry reaches out an arm from behind the fortress of French toast slices. He lightly bats at Reese's hand and reaches in as it reaches for the syrup pitcher. Save some for Avery. Geez, calm down. You're the one stealing all the food. I haven't taken more than usual. Breakfast is important. While everybody shouts and chatters across the table, I help myself to a bit of everything. I'm not used to eating a real breakfast, especially one that didn't come out of a microwave, so I'm going to savor this. Wow, this is amazing. Mason, what is this egg thing? Mason's eyebrows shoot up. She looks at me as if I grew another nose. Frittata. Is that like a souffle? It looks like it'd be really hard to make. Just eggs and vegetables in a pan. Still, I know I wouldn't be able to make anything like that. It's really nice to have a real breakfast. What do you usually eat, Avery? Mostly cold pizza or toaster tarts, I guess, if I remember to get them. Mason glares as if I just knocked her plate on the floor. She stares directly at me, through me, with hard look in her eyes. You eat here now. Always. Can I still have pizza sometimes? Not for breakfast. Ever. I could hear Finley and Reese snickering. Okay, but other times are still okay, right? Mason rolls her eyes and gets back to her coffee. Reese stares up at me between bites of French toast. Avery, when we're done, we need to talk about dress code. Oh, Reese, don't start this again. Shh, it's an important part of the new employee orientation. Landry passes a positively pained look at Reese. He glances at me, but poked through the ribs since Finley sends him staring back to his plate. Landry, you're such a mama bird sometimes. Lighten up. Avery. I have to clear my throat for this one. Look at this place. We take our visual presentation very seriously here. Mason gives another grunt. Hayes puts his empty plate of cup on Mason's plate and takes a stack to the back with the urgency of a tactical retreat. Graves and I expect a certain level of decor with the waitstaff. Is this about my outfit? I woke up a little late, so... No, this is about uniforms. Mason pushes her chair away from the table with enough force that it wobbles briefly on two legs. She stands and takes my plate in one fell swoop. Opening soon. Time to get ready. She picks up a now empty cast iron skillet with one hand and balances a few of the other plates on top. That looks heavy, but she's holding onto it like it's nothing. Come on. She glares me down and gestures to the back door with a head nod before she heads into the kitchen. Don't think you can run off so easily, Avery. You'll get written up if you don't have your uniform. I'm going to help Mason and Hayes in the kitchen. Is Mason really the only chef here? That must take a lot of work. I bet she could use some help. Most I'm just grateful she gave me an out. Whatever Reese is planning, it doesn't sound like anybody but Finley cares for it. No, thank you. I think Mason and Hayes wanted my help, though. Fine. Mason really needs the help. But you're not off the hook for this yet. Reese. Oh, come on, Landry. Don't look at me like that. Something is definitely up. Whatever it is, I'm not going to fall for it. I'll be back once Mason says I'm done. I quickly retreat to the kitchen before Reese could delay me any further. Even though I work here now, I still feel like I'm trespassing on hallowed ground. I'm going to go ahead and end this here, because these voices are really starting to hurt my throat. Anyway, thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.